This telecast is copyrighted by Hometown 24 for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Hometown 24 is prohibited.
Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy and Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
Welcome to the Bank of Hindman game of the week, and we're at historical Memorial Gym, and we have the Leslie County Lady Eagles coming in to face the Hazard Lady Bulldogs in a big 54th District and 14th Region affair, and this is for the number one seed in the 54th District. I'm Manus Blair, and I'm joined by Jim McCauley and Brian Johnson, and gentlemen, we've got a game that is going to decide a lot.
Well, it's very exciting. We've had a chance to cover both these teams a lot this year. And, I think it's safe to say that they're definitely two of the top four teams in the girls' side. And, they're probably going to play, they could play several more times.
Yes, they could.
They've already played twice. Once in the All-A, and then once at Leslie, which Hazard was victorious in both of those. But this Leslie team, we watched them play the other night against Perry, and they've continued to improve. So I'm really excited about this matchup tonight.
And we'll bring Brian in. And, Brian, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to go back off on what Jim said there. We've watched both these teams several times this year, and we have seen improvement every time they play. And these two teams are going to be they're going to be there at the end. They're going to be deciding one of these, maybe possibly who's going to get to go to the state tournament out of this region. And I'm looking for a good ball game here tonight. And if Leslie plays the way they played earlier this week, it could be a lights-out type of game for them.
And they're getting ready to do the national anthem. And when we come back, we'll be doing the Tim Short Auto Group keys to the game and talk and set the stage for a big matchup in 14th Region and 54th Region girls. So with that being said, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back. And stay with us here on Hometown 24.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornet's going to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught it to 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
For over a century, Bank of Hindman has proudly served Knott County and the surrounding communities. They're your hometown bank, built on trust, service, and a commitment to their neighbors. With online banking, bill pay, and mobile deposit, they blend today's convenience with the personal service you've always known. Visit them on the Hindman Bypass or at the Holly Hills Shopping Center. Bank of Hindman, where tradition and trust still matter.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Welcome back as the national anthem has been played in Leslie County, and Hazard making their way back onto the floor and setting the stage a little bit here for this particular game, and with the Tim Short Auto Group keys to the game. And Jim and Brian, what's the keys tonight for these two teams? And let's start with Leslie County first.
Well, I think Leslie County, and we've talked about this, Brian and I talked about it on the way up here today. I think twofold, one thing they've got to do, and it's really odd to say this about Leslie, but they've got to be able to handle the on-ball pressure that Hazard applies to them. And, that's sometimes when you're a pressing, running team and then you get pressured, it causes you to become a little bit more frantic with your shot selection. And the second thing is they've got to get their girl in the middle going. They've got to be able to hit the boards, and she's got to stay out of foul trouble. And I think if those two things, and somehow in that, try to still find a way to get Cap some open looks from outside. I think that if they do those things, it bodes well for Leslie County tonight.
And what about the Hazard Lady Bulldogs, Brian?
Well, I think that if you're Hazard, you want to make sure that you put the pressure on Leslie County. You must find Taylor Couch. You can't let her get her feet set and get a good, solid, open look. And you must keep Ava Napier from driving the ball down the throat of your defense. And I also think with the pressure that Leslie likes to put on, that Hazard's also going to have to be able to handle the pressure.
Well, and, I think, Brian, to kind of piggyback on that for you, Hazard runs more of a set offensive style. They like to get into that half-court game. They like to work the inside out. They've got some really good post players, and the Hazard's got a lot of scoring weapons. You look at Laura Everidge has improved dramatically from last year. You can't say Hazard without Maddie Fronapple. She does so many good things for the Bulldogs. But they, if Leslie can speed them up and get them into that transition helter-skelter
race.
Yes,
that plays to Leslie's favor.
Yes, I agree.
And, I'm going to piggyback off of both of you. And, Eddington and Davidson do so much that's not in the scoring column. And I think they play a great part in this. And along with Wilson, you mentioned Wilson for Leslie County. She cannot afford to get in foul trouble.
I agree.
And Eddington got in foul trouble that time, but ended up with 19 rebounds in that game. She's averaging 14.5 rebounds against Leslie County. So they've got to do a great job of boxing her out. But when you're looking to these two teams, right now, the RPI says these are the two best teams in the 14th region.
Yeah, I can't argue with that right now from what we've seen.
I tend to agree with both of you all. And we're a couple of weeks away from really finding out.
Yeah, and we're breaking out of that cabin fever after the snows. Hopefully the snows will be over with and we can get some basketball going.
Before we do the starting lineups, one of these teams is going to go in the loser's bracket more than likely in the 14th region. And trust me, nobody wants to draw the loser of the 54.
No, that's exactly right.
Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to play the loser of this district.
And we're getting ready to do the announcements. And another tidbit of information, Hazard in this series has won the last 5 times. So Leslie County trying to end that streak. And first of all, it will be the away team on the scoreboard, the Leslie County Lady Eagles, 16-6 on the season, 8-3 in the region. And, of course, we'll start off with number 14, senior guard, Ava Napier. Number 5, senior guard, Taylor Couch. Number 3, senior forward, Peyton Turner.
At a forward, number 15, Natalie
15, senior forward, Natalie Banks. And number 11, senior center, Lexi Wilson. And Leslie County is coached by Miss Olivia Farmer.
And now for your Hazard Lady Bulldogs.
And now for the home team, the Hazard Lady Bulldogs, 13-9 on the season, 8-0 in the region. And we'll start off with number 15, and that will be junior forward Bray Eddington. Number 11, junior forward Laura Everidge. Number 5, sophomore guard Maddie Frontapple. Number 10, senior guard Carly Davidson. And number 0, junior center Kaylee Pennington. The Lady Bulldogs are coached by Todd Howard. Tonight's officials will be Dylan Fields, Chris Ambergy, and Keith Morgan.
Well, we're ready to get going, guys.
I'm ready to go, and it's warm in here, and it's going to be warm as we throw it up here, and it'll be Chris Ambergy throwing
it. It is outside.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit frightful out there.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get hypothermia walking to the gym.
But in the last 2 meetings, January 10th, Hazard came up on top 62-26, and January 13th, Hazard won 47-37 at the Richard Nixon Center. And stepping in to jump with Chris Ambergy throwing it up will be Bray Eddington and Ava Napier. And Ava kind of looked like me standing beside Brian during the national anthem. Here's the 2-1-2. Everidge turns and with a 3 comes up short. Rebound is going to be a tie-up, and it will go to Leslie County. Quick shot, gentlemen.
Yeah.
To Leslie County's liking.
Oh, yeah. The quicker that they can get this thing moving up and down.
Yeah, they want that quick pace for sure. Hazard starts in the 2-3 zone.
And finds Wilson, does Napier.
You know, Wilson had the best game, arguably, we've seen her play earlier this week. I mean, always very athletic, but really starting to become an offensive threat for the Eagles. And if she's hot, look out.
Pennington from that patented 15-footer misses it. Fight for the rebound, and there's Wilson with the rebound. And it's going to be knocked away and out of bounds, and it will stay with Leslie County. And we mentioned this is for first place. The tiebreaker is Hazard's up +10, and if Leslie County wins, they must win by 11 to get that first place. And Wilson scores again.
Guys, I mean, if she can do that consistently, it's a game changer for Leslie County.
And here comes the pressure, goes to Eddington, and she'll back it out. Trying to get the basketball out of Frontaple's hands, and there with a floater is Frontapple for her first 2.
You know, I kind of like the Hazards coming out in this 2-3 zone.
Couch from way downtown, doesn't go. Rebound, Everidge.
Yeah, you know, they'll make sure that they're going to shadow wherever Couch is out of that zone. But I'm like you, Jim. I like the zone.
Average 3, and it's going to be long. Rebound's going to be Davidson's. Frontapple 3. It's going to be long. Rebound's going to come down to Banks as she rips it out of there.
Yeah, and Banks is a player that we don't talk about enough. She's kind of the scrapper on the team. She's always in there, plays great defense, gets in and gets that.
And, yeah, she's another one of those players that you don't worry about the points. No. She does the other things.
Nice block by Eddington right there.
And Pennington will give it up to Everidge.
Yeah, and I think you talk about Banks. I believe she's the leading rebounder for this Leslie County Lady Eagles team.
16-footer, and it's off. Rebound once again is tied up, and it will stay with Hazard this time.
you really don't realize the length at Eddington, and actually, she's a tall young lady, but exceptionally fast.
Put together real well. She's a sprinter is what I call her. Everidge is knocked away, and the Couch is going to come up with it. She's going to go in, and there's going to be a double dribbles called on Couch. And the Leslie County bench did not like that call. We could not see what she did. Probably you can see it better on TV. We're on court side tonight, so unable to see that. Pennington has missed 2 shots in there, and ball's knocked away from Everidge, and Wilson will come up with it. Wilson gives it up to Napier. Goes to Wilson. She's bodied up and misses it. Rebound comes down to Front Apple. Looking up the floor, gets it to Addington, and she will put it in. Assist Front Apple.
That's a good run there by Hazard, and they will take those opportunities to run when they get the chance.
What they call?
We have a warning, a bench warning, or a technical foul. I think
must be a technical because we're getting ready to shoot free throws.
It was a technical on the bench, and Front Apple will go to the line to shoot those 2. I'm not sure if it was addressed to Coach Farmer or someone on the bench.
I think it was a bench technical.
Yeah, it was a bench.
And she makes both 75% on the season. It gives her 4 now. And Scotty Napier, the official scorekeeper, asked, and it was a bench technical. It was not assigned to anybody.
But he was asking if it counts as a team foul, which it does.
And it does.
Towards the bonus.
Right. Looks into Addington, knocks it back to Davidson for the 3. Good.
Davidson, not enough credit for her ability to knock down that 3-point shot.
21st on the season, and Napier goes in there and is bodied up, and the ball gets away. Average looking up the floor, and there's Banks, knocks it into the bench area. 9-4, 4:53. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24, and a big shout out to Ryan Farmer down in Leslie County. I'm sure he's tuning in.
Leslie's is getting a little bit more active up here with the guards.
Pennington, 17-footer, and I know she couldn't miss 3 in a row.
We saw her hit that shot for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's her shot.
And it's knocked away from Turner, goes into Wilson, and she is fouled. And Wilson with a quick 6 points.
Yeah, she's making her presence known. She got good post position that time.
And she's so quick on that little move. Just really long and athletic. I mean, the second half of the season, she's not the same player she was in the first half.
I agree.
I mean, wow.
Average goes into lane, knocks away off her knee, and it will be turnover. And one thing about Wilson, and I noticed this, and I know I keep bringing it up, but 3 years I noticed her athletic ability, and she's just now putting it together, all aspects. Napier with basketball. 2-1-2, putting no pressure on the basketball. But they are identifying where Taylor Couch is with a good right.
Yeah, you're right. But that right there is what they're trying to keep from happening.
Banks misses it.
Yeah, good shot right there.
Leslie County playing that 2-drop, just keeping the basketball being slowed down. Average will shoot the 3, and she puts it down. First 3 on the night for Average, second for the Lady Bulldogs. And that stretches it out to a 14-6 lead.
Yeah, I don't know really if you can zone Hazard when they've got 3 quality 3-point shooters.
And Davidson reaching across. Wilson will pick up the foul. Second team foul on the Lady Bulldogs.
When you're playing that zone like Leslie is, when Pennington can knock down that 10-foot shot and you got 3 girls that can shoot the 3.
And Napier goes through there.
I don't know how she kept a hold of that.
Act.
Well, we call her the Flash.
Oh, 14-8. Front Apple long three and misses it. Wilson knocked away by Davidson, and Wilson will pick it up. Wilson goes right down. Nobody picks her up, and she puts it in. 8 points. And steal by Napier. Gives it up. Turner with a three. Doesn't go. Rebound by Wilson. Wilson goes up, and there's going to be a foul. And that's going to be on Front Apple, and that's going to be her first.
But, you see the evolution and the maturity of Leslie County. Napier had the open three, decides not to take it. That's not her bread and butter. Work it around, and get to the open shooter. I mean, these teams are primed for tournament time.
Yeah, and you can tell they have gotten so much better, and they do what they do well. Both teams are looking really good right now.
And that's what you want.
Right. This is the right time
to be going on that up peak.
You don't want to be on that flat land. You want to be on that up, and that's both of these teams are right there. And it's you're 2 weeks away maybe from district tournament starts, and that's what you want.
Hannah Caudill, after the timeout by Coach Howard, comes in for Pennington. Leslie County with the same starting five, and Banks, who was fouled, will go to the line for two. Banks 64% on the season. And that one is good.
And Banks she's a spark plug for Leslie County. Yeah. She's very active all over the floor.
Yeah, she is not scared to lean over here and smile. She's not scared to stick her nose in there, that's for sure.
Makes both of them and draws within 14-12. And here comes the pressure by the Lady Eagles, and Banks is going to steal it. Gives it up to Couch.
And that's what we were talking about. If Hazard can handle the pressure of Leslie County.
Taylor Couch misses it, but there's Banks. Banks kicks it back to Napier. It rolls in.
I don't even know if she was passing it to Napier. I think she was trying to get it back out the couch. And Napier said, let the flash through.
Yeah. We've got a tie score at 14 apiece now. Leslie County switches man-to-man. Front Apple goes in and puts it in against Napier.
And that's where, when you go man, Maddie Front Apple is so good at attacking the glass.
She's got 6 now and pushes it back out to that 2-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Goes in, it was overthrown. Average throws it back, but there's Turner. Block. Banks goes up, and she is fouled. She comes down on Turner, and foul's going to be on Caudill, her first, and that is the 4th team foul.
And all these fouls adding up against Hazard is because Leslie County's getting offensive rebounds on the glass and getting second shot opportunities.
And, when you're looking at it, and Banks misses the first one, when you look at the past 2 games, Hazard has pounded them on the boards, has out-rebounded them.
So I'm sure that was a point of emphasis for Coach Farmer.
And Banks misses the second one. Average gets it up to Davidson, back to Eddington, turns back out to Average for the 3. Long rebound to Napier.
Yeah, don't turn your back on Napier.
No, she will drive it right down your throat.
I mean, the ball's not 6 inches off the ground when she's dribbling it.
And you notice that Leslie County has been really patient against the 1-2. Knocked away from Wilson. Turner gives it to Wilson. Step through.
What a step through. Wow.
Eddington with the rebound. Nice move. Just
great
able to get it to go down. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Eddington looking into Caudill. Caudill had that position being fronted. No one was on the backside. And that ball was kicked by Banks. 53.6 seconds. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. 40 years of your local sports coverage.
And Caudill, she likes to play the low block more than
than Pennington. Pennington more, she's more of a high block facilitator.
Yeah. And Front Apple with a no-look pass for Eddington with the assist. Eddington with 4. Ball was deflected out of bounds. And, when you got Front Apple and Davidson out on the front of the 2-1-2, they're going to get their hands on a lot of basketballs.
Yeah, they're very active and have that long wingspan.
Couch fakes, gives it back to Napier.
The zone's giving Leslie a little bit of trouble.
They're going to have to be a little quicker.
And Banks gets it. Leslie crowd wanting a foul call, goes offside to Addington for Davison.
That's a great pass and a great catch right there.
Napier long three, and it's not going to go, and that will end the first quarter. 20 for Hazard, 14 Leslie County. Stay with us here on Hometown 24.
At Appalachian Wireless, we believe the future of our region starts with our students. That's why we're proud to award scholarships to non-deserving high school seniors throughout the Appalachian Wireless coverage area from the class of 2026. It's our way of investing in the hard work and dedication and the next generation of leaders right here at home. So students can learn more at any Appalachian Wireless retail location or at AppalachianWireless.com, or just by asking their guidance counselor on how to apply. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. Powered by the nation's most reliable network. TVS is your #1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
Welcome back to Hometown 24, presented by the Bank of Hyman, the game of the week. We have a dandy going on as David Adams sitting there watching us from his recliner, taking the night off. 20-14 Hazard. 4 Lady Bulldogs in the scoring column, 3 Lady Eagles in the scoring column. Very physical.
Yeah, and it's everything we thought it was going to be to start the game, right?
And Maggie Combs comes in for Maddie Frontapple to give her a – no, Maddie's moved down to the baseline, excuse me. Hannah Cottle goes out of the basketball game.
Yeah, Hazard's put another ball handler in.
Yeah, just a little bit more speed out there.
And Maggie's done a good job this year when she's come off the bench.
Maggie handles the ball pretty well.
Gives it an additional one, like Brian said, to passes the ball well. Average goes to Davison. Can she hit another three? And she will.
And with what that substitution is going to do, that's going to allow Average to get at the foul line where the zone's vulnerable.
And she did that the last game. She worked it against that 2-1-2 zone. Stretches it out to 9, and Wilson up underneath Average with a rebound. You got, anytime you're dribbling the basketball, you got to watch where Couch and Napier are. And that foul was on Banks, and that's going to be Banks' first. And that's the first foul for Leslie County in this particular game. Front Apple going down low, and it's going to be stolen by Napier. She gives it up to Banks. Banks goes up, misses it. But there, Wilson with 2 hands comes down with it.
Yeah, they just got to, gather themselves instead of feeling like they've got to get that shot off immediately.
Front Apple steps through, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, once you get the rebound, you get the offensive rebound down there, if you're Leslie County, just catch your breath just a second, then go back up, get yourself gathered, collected, and make a good, strong move to the basket.
And that's probably 3 times, Brian, that they've had the ball in a situation where they should have got a pretty easy bucket out of it and didn't get it.
Well, and another thing, too, is Front Apple misses the first, Brian, is when you fall every time you shoot it, you're not going to get that call.
Right, you've got to go strong.
You got to be strong with it.
Get your base and get collected and go up strong. You can't be off balance because they're not going to call that and bail you out.
Unless it's obvious.
Yeah.
Turner goes up and misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Average. And there's going to be a foul. And unfortunately for Leslie County, that's going to be on Wilson. That's going to be her second. Howard will come in for Hazard, and in will be Hochstedler for Wilson.
And we talked about
changes
Wilson
a lot.
Staying out of foul trouble. And, you know, you don't want her picking up a foul 70 feet away from the basket.
And, I mean, it's effort and it's hustle.
Yeah.
But you've got to recognize how important you are to your team.
Exactly.
And you see the strategy is for Front Apple to go down low against Napier. Puts it up, misses it. Rebound's going to come to Hochstedler. And it will stay with Hazard. 24-14, 5:56 to go in the first half.
And I think this next 3 or 4 minutes is danger zone for Leslie County.
Yep. Knocked away by Turner and out of bounds.
And what they need to do, you know, Hazard's got 2 fresh guards in. They need to really put the pressure on them. That's a good defensive job in the post there by Hochstetler.
Yep. Yeah, these girls, Leslie County, defensively, you know, they're athletic enough that they can play the side and not have to go back to a front or a post.
Yeah.
And can get around.
Combs with the rebound looks up to Front Apple for the early offense, and they'll back it out. Gives it in to Eddington off the board, and she puts it in. Eddington with 8 points.
And quickly back down the other way.
Hazard up by 12 on the floater by Turner. Give her first bucket on the night.
Yeah, with Wilson out of there, you know, they've got to get some points from somebody else.
And the ball is knocked away from Howard.
But I like the pressure that they're extending out on the 2 fresh guards that are coming in for Hazard. Yep. Try to make them uncomfortable and not let them get in their offense.
Got the 41 going with Eddington in the post area. They go into Eddington. She turns, and she is fouled by Hochstedler.
She's very good at using her body and posting up above the block, getting a good angle where she can make a good move and get a good shot to the basket.
She gets her feet so wide,
yeah,
you know, create space. And she's a fine player.
65% as she makes the first. With the next one, she may get into double figures, and she does. She's got 10.
That's a good-looking stroke. David Adams will be proud of that.
He would like that base, that free throw, good follow-through.
Right off the end of the fingertips.
Right off the end of the fingertips.
Largest lead of the game for Hazard at 12.
Clear out, and it's going to be a foul. Hochstedler goes in, and I think that's going to be on Eddington, and it is going to be. That's going to be her first, and that will send Hochstedler to the line where she is a 56% free throw shooter. This is the first. Second one is going to go in. Leslie County staying with the man-to-man, token pressure in the backcourt. I think you can see where Coach Howard's wanting to go each time as they'll call. You notice that they have switched banks on the Front Apple. Goes into Eddington. She turns, puts it in.
Oh, nice move.
Eddington with 12.
And, you know, Eddington's strong enough, too, without Wilson in there. She can kind of use her strength to back Hochstetler down a little further.
Yeah. 30-17. Napier goes into the lane, gives it up to Couch. And
you know, Couch not had has she had 1 3-point attempt?
Yes, she's had 3. Not yet to be able to knock one down. Talked to her before the game. I told her, did she have 9? And that's wonderful. Another move by Napier. Give her 6.
She can weave through that traffic. Unbelievable.
Goes inside. Front Apple off the board, misses it, but there's Eddington, and she is fouled from the backside. And that's going to be on Ava Napier, and that's going to be her first. And Eddington will go back to the line once again, 2 of 2 so far. And the first one comes up short, and Higgins will come in for Davidson. Emily, a freshman for Coach Howard. And that one comes up short as well, but Front Apple will get the rebound. Goes back into Eddington, off the board, misses it. Rebound's fought for. Turner comes out of there. You got a 2 against 2. Gives it up to Couch. 3, banks it in off the backboard. The Bank of Hyndman shot right there.
And if you let her get started and she sees the ball go through the net, you can watch out.
That's her first 3. Combs 3 in the deep corner. That's good. She matches it.
Great ball movement by the Lady Dogs right there.
Big answer there for Combs.
That's the old and one pass. 33-22, 2:47 to go. Napier weaves through there once again, goes through the legs and off the legs of Napier, and it'll be a turnover. Average will come in, and she will take out Howard. Here comes the diamond in one press for Leslie County. And they'll back out of it and grab a man. Average wide open, 3 doesn't go. Napier will pick it up. And it's going to be a turnover. She tried to go through 2 Lady Bulldogs.
And that zone of hazard is doing exactly what they're trying to keep Ava from doing, is get into the paint.
Turnover, Lady Bulldogs, and it'll be Leslie County basketball. And
I'm kind of surprised that Leslie has not extended the full court pressure consistently to try to get the pace just to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, it cost Hazard a little bit of trouble there the first couple of times they ran it.
And it might be a foul trouble, worrying about a foul trouble thing, who knows. Napier, long 3, doesn't go. Tip back, Taylor Couch will come up with it. We're under 2 minutes. Stick around, we'll have the double quick halftime show.
Need to get somebody to flash in the middle.
Turner goes into that middle, puts it up, fought forward, tips back, and Eddington will get it. Higgins picks it up, and you cannot pick it up as Coach Howard rescues her with a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout, and we'll take a full timeout as well. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
For over 100 years, Hyden Citizens Bank has been a community partner to Hyden and Leslie County. From the tens of thousands of dollars donated to our schools and local charities to the events we sponsor, with hundreds of volunteer hours from our employees. Hyden Citizens Bank is committed to this community because we've been here for over a century. Locally owned and locally operated, no other bank will work for the people of Hyden and Leslie County like Hyden Citizens Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Yep. Welcome back to historical Memorial Gym, and with a timeout by Coach Howard as the ball was brought across by Higgins into that corner, and he saved a turnover probably there, and going back 33-22, and Higgins thought about it for a second. There's what you were talking about, Brian, and Average misses it, but Combs gets in there and gets an offensive rebound.
And I think since Wilson has went out, Hazard has owned the boards.
Yeah, Eddington's really had her way in there for the most part. And, if she doesn't get it clean, she usually tips it to somebody else.
And the thing about it is, it's been a concerted effort for the Lady Bulldogs to get the basketball inside to her since then. Yeah. And she makes the first.
And Hochstetler's, is a freshman. Yeah. And Eddington, a junior, been through it. and nothing against Hostetler at all. She's going to be a great player, but just the experience, I think, is helping Eddington a little bit.
Couch behind the defense, 3, misses it. Rebound is fought for, and Turner will get it, throws it back in, but there's Everidge in front of Banks. Goes to Higgins, and we're under 40 seconds. Back into Eddington. Gabe in the game for the first time to kind of body up to Eddington and get her out of there as much. She's a freshman as well. Front Apple 3. Doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Banks, and we've got a double foul. And that's going to be on Everidge and let's see.
They got it on Everidge and
Turner.
On,
was it Turner?
Turner.
Okay.
Both of them tangled up there, holding.
Hook and hold.
Hook and hold.
The double hook and hold.
The double hook and hold.
It was a double hook and hold.
I call that the do-si-do.
Yeah, Virginia Real. 20.7 seconds to go. 34-22 would be really important here for Leslie County to try to pick up a bucket here right before the half.
Yeah, get this down to 10 or
5
under.
seconds. They've got to get it off. There's the floater by Couch. It's going to come up short, and it's going to be out of bounds with 0.5 seconds.
No, and we've talked about it. You can't beat that zone, but it's passing around the perimeter.
No. And that's going to end the first half with Hazard up 34-22. And when we come back, we'll have the Double Quick halftime show. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Here at Klutz Auto Sales in Hazard, Kentucky, we specialize in used vehicles and we work with all types of credit. We're with you before and after the sale.
We stand behind every car we sell, ensuring that you drive away with confidence. We want you to be totally comfortable with your purchase because at Klutz Auto, you are the priority.
We've been your trusted dealer for 47 years. Visit us at Klutz Auto Sales across from Walmart on Highway 80. Call us at 606-439-5065.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn, it is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy in Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
Hi, my name is Heidi Hoffensberger from Hoffensberger Law Office.
Debt can feel overwhelming. The calls, the letters, the constant pressure, it's hard to see a way forward. You're not alone. The law office of Heidi Hoffensberger has helped countless people through their bankruptcy, giving them a fresh start and a chance to rebuild. Bankruptcy isn't the end.
The legal world can be a very, very difficult and complicated world, and I don't want that for my clients.
Call today and let Heidi help you with this new beginning. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Double Quick Halftime Show. Thank you for tuning in here. It is 34-22 Hazard. And Jim, Brian,
well, I
thoughts
think
so far in this first half?
Yeah, I think what we talked about, Leslie, I agree with Jim. He said late in the second quarter there that they probably need to see if they can get a little bit more pressure on Hazard to try to rush them a little bit, get them into that up and down pace, because right now they're coming down and they're having to play half-court offense, and Leslie's strength is running up and down the floor, getting in that frenetic pace and attacking you out of transition.
Yeah, I agree, and Hazard just presents they present a lot of problems, because in the transition game, Eddington gets down the floor so fast that if you don't immediately get that turnover, they're going to get the ball down and score on you, but they've got to change something up. And then on offensively, I think Leslie County, this zone has them completely befuddled right now. They're going to have to attack and kick, instead of trying to – it's fool's gold when you drive all the way down there. And, even though Ava Napier's made some outstanding plays, but also, she's in there 5'4"
with the trees.
Yeah, you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, so sometimes. I would like to see her maybe come down 4 dribbles, stop, and then look either for the jumper or kick it back out, because the defense is going to collapse on her a little bit.
That's right. Once you get in, and the problem happened when Wilson got her second foul. Then you take that presence out of the middle of that lane that you can use her to facilitate in and out. And we've talked about it, the inside-out pass, how much better your threes get after that. With her being out, Leslie has had to put everybody outside the arc, and you can't beat that zone by just passing it around without getting it into the middle to make them collapse, where then you can kick it out.
And the thing that Coach Farmer may end up doing with Wilson back in the game is you put your best shooter on the same side of the post.
Yes.
That way you don't have to double down. And then if they do double down, she can immediately kick it back for Taylor Couch to have that open look. But, the thing about it is Wilson can ill afford to pick up, and I know we talking ad nauseum about the first 3 or 4 minutes, she cannot pick up that third foul in the first 2 or 3 minutes. If she does, I look for Coach Farmer to go with Samantha Gay as the defender rather than Hochstedler.
Just because she's a little bit stronger.
She's got a stronger base to her and everything, and nothing against Peyton. But
no, she's going to be fantastic.
But if Eddington is going to get the ball so deep, and you know, you played the post in high school. If I can force you up, it takes away that opportunity for you to turn left, turn right, and just put it off the backboard.
Make her uncomfortable a little bit. And I'm like you. I think with Gay is going to be a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. She can force her out a little bit. Than Hostetler.
Well, and it really, when the rubber meets the road, Wilson's got to she's got to play the third quarter without picking up a foul.
Yeah. And then on the kickouts, Taylor Couch has got to get hot.
Yeah.
To get back into this game little by little.
They've not really ran a lot of screens for her to get her open either.
No. And, you know, that's things that you work on and talk about in at halftime that you see everything coming. And, you know, when you're looking at foul trouble, and I'll go through the stats real quickly. You know, Wilson, we've said, had 2. Hochstedler ended up picking up 2. Nobody else on either club has 2 fouls. Real quickly, scoring. Turner with 2, Couch with 3, Wilson with 8, 1 for Hochstedler, Napier with 6, Banks with 2 for a total of 22. Hazard, 2 for Pennington. Howard played did not score. Combs made the deep 3 in the corner. Higgins did not score. Front Apple with 7. 6 for Davidson. 3 with Average, and 13 for Eddington.
Yeah, and you see both teams have really had a lot of success getting in the post. And, you know, so that you kind of, when you look at it, both teams have kind of taken away.
That's right.
What you would consider to be the strengths offensively. Eddington has not always been that point getter on the inside, but man, she's doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, they've both done what they needed to do.
And as we start, Leslie County will have the basketball, and we'll see what Coach Farmer has drawn up. Goes into Banks at the high post, goes straight into Wilson off the board and goes in. That's the way the game started, and now Wilson with double figures with 10. And looks like Wilson will guard Eddington down in the post area. See if they'll go down against Wilson, that she's back in the game to try to pick up that third.
Off
the high post, and a right hand puts it in by Average.
It's a good pickup on the block there by Pennington.
Yes.
Nice screen.
Got to have weak side help, but when you draw that backside person up, there is no weak side help.
And you know, that's something that Average has improved, being able to go to that right hand a little bit better than last year.
Turner got to get the ball to the baseline here. Goes into Wilson, going against Pennington. Turns, gives it back up to Turner. Kicker is out of bounds, and that will be a turnover.
Yeah, I'm like you, Manus. I think I would bring Couch over on the same side with Wilson and let them play the two-man game.
Step through, left hand, Pennington with a make.
That's the first time I've seen her do that all year. You know, she is really good at that 8 to 10, but that's the first time I saw a real legitimate post move right there.
And Pennington did not get away with that. Pennington will pick up her second foul with a little nudge in the back on Wilson.
Try to keep Wilson.
And I liked her expression. Maybe Ernie got a picture of her expression after that, or Bobby. Davidson running the Couch off, and Pennington's going to pick up another foul, and that's going to be 3 on Pennington, and that will send Taylor Couch to the line for the first time, 73%. Longest lead so far by Hazard, and Couch makes the first.
They've got to figure out a way somehow to get Couch more involved in the offense, you know, even on the drive.
Yeah, she does not need to just stay outside and shoot three-pointers. She needs to.
She's too good.
Yeah.
And she's too good right there at the free throw line. 38-26.
So Pennington going to stay out there with those 3 fouls.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Front Apple step back, 18-footer, banks it in. Give her 9.
There's not a lot of movement right now from Leslie County offensively.
Napier misses it. Rebound's going to go out of bounds off of Wilson, and it will be Hazard basketball.
Yeah, the zone is definitely gave Leslie County just a little bit of trouble.
Well, it's made them stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. You got one person dribbling and 4 standing.
And looking at the ball. So you got to get a little bit more movement. Pennington dribbles, turns back, left hand, misses it. Rebound's going to come down to Napier. And she's on the go.
Yeah, here's where she's dangerous.
Gives it right into Wilson. Wilson point blank and puts it in.
The guys, Wilson has impressed the heck out of me tonight.
Yeah, that's a good run straight to the. That's called a rim run. Right to the rim.
Yep.
And Napier found her.
Front Apple steps through, misses it, knocked back, but Everidge will rescue it. 5 minutes to go. Everidge goes through, and she is fouled. And it'll be on the floor. That will be on Turner, her second. Karen Cottle, she's worried about David Adams. David Adams is just fine this evening.
He is fine.
He needs a break.
Fine.
He needs a break from us. Goes straight into Front Apple, knocked away and stolen by Napier. Gives it up to Wilson. Wilson turns, pivots, knocked away by Front Apple. She'll pick it up. And we're going to have a jump ball, and that basketball will go to Hazard. Turnover, Leslie County. You saw how quickly they converged on her when she got the basketball.
Yeah, three lady Bulldogs around her.
Pennington picks it up, but Front Apple saves her. Fakes, turns, goes back in. Nice help by Wilson, and it's going to be a throwaway, and it's going to be a turnover.
But I like what they were trying to do there, setting that high-low up. And usually, Pennington plays that high post, but a really nice offensive set for Hazard. The entry pass was a little high.
I think maybe their spacing was just a little bit
too close.
A little too close that time.
I agree.
And they're going to talk about it here. Timeout, and we'll take a timeout, too, on Hometown 24.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, mat program, x-ray, and transportation. Little Flower Clinic Rheumatology, Dr. Travis Sizemore and Brianna Cornitz, treating autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and more. 487-9505. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, your medical home in the mountains.
When financial challenges threaten your future, you need clear guidance and proven solutions. Call Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Trusted legal experience to help you take control. From stopping creditor actions to protecting your assets, Keisha and her staff deliver efficient, reliable representation focused on results. With flexible payment options, getting the help you need is more accessible than ever. Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Professional service, practical solutions. The fresh start you deserve.
Welcome back after the timeout. 40-28, 4:28 to go in the third quarter, and Leslie County with the basketball. 2-on-2 by Hazard once again, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Davison.
Somehow that rolled between their legs without touching.
If I'd been a college player, they'd said, review that. Review that. Even though she said, I did touch it.
Coach Howard was jumping, and his player, she looked at it, she's like, no, I hit it.
Yep. Couch way downtown, misses it. Hannah Cottle, who came in after the timeout, gets the rebound for the Lady Dogs. 4-minute mark. Halfway through the third, goes straight into Cottle. She turns, puts it up, gets her own rebound, puts it up again, and Napier will come out of there with it.
She's going, just you can see in her eyes she was coming up and heading out, but that once again gets caught in that no man's land.
Cottle able to knock it down, and Lady Dogs coming their way. Everidge goes in, steps through, knocked away, but that's going to be a foul call, and I believe that's going to be on Turner, and that's her third. And that will send Everidge to the line. First time for Laura, 59% on the season.
And as well as she shoots the ball, that surprises me that she's a 59%
Every time I say
free throw
that,
shooter.
they make it, and you think that their percentage always goes up when we show up at hometown 24. Misses the second one, rebound knocked out of bounds by Cottle, and it will be Leslie County basketball.
You know, Brian, at what point does Leslie County have to just kind of sell out with the press, trying to really ramp things up?
Well, you're at the point right now where if you don't get a bucket here and a stop in the next 2 or 3 possessions, you're really going to have to go ahead and do that.
Wilson with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled, and it will be on the floor. And that's going to be on Everidge, and that will be her second foul. Box set for Leslie County. Well scouted on that play. Gives it to Wilson. She goes up off the board and puts it in.
Good strong move there by Wilson.
And
she
I
had
like-
the open shot at 8 foot.
Yep.
But through the contact, 14 points now for Lexi Wilson.
The pace, and that's what you were talking about, Jim. The pace is Hazard's favor.
18-footer good by Front Apple. Double figures, give her 11. Straight up and straight down with that jumper. Wilson will turn back.
But that's what they've got to do, start working that inside out just a little bit.
Couch, long three, and that's her first. No, excuse me, that's her second.
First of this quarter.
First of this half.
She hit that bank in the...
Got 8 now. Eddington turns back, fades away, misses it, rebound Wilson. Got to turn her shoulder all the way to that backboard. Front Apple nearly had that one. Napier goes in, misses it, rebound comes down to Eddington. Front Apple with a hesitation dribble, and that's going to be a foul on Banks. That's going to be her second. Neither team in the double bonus yet with 2:04 to go in the third quarter. Maggie Combs will come in and Davidson will go out.
And you think Leslie's chipped away and they've got it down to 10, but they just need to convert down here on this offensive end.
And they got to have stops.
And you got to have stops.
Go straight into Everidge. She's going to turn to her strong side, kicks back out. Front Apple turns, puts it in.
And anytime it seems that Hazard needs a bucket, Maddie Front Apple goes and gets one.
Yeah, she plays so under control.
She's got 13. Lead goes back out to 12. Turner with a floater doesn't go. Tie up with Banks and Eddington, and the basketball will stay with Leslie County. Halftime deficit was 12, and we're 12 now. Through on the box. Nice play.
job.
Oh, it didn't go, and Banks is going to pick up a foul.
Yeah, well-designed play. Just didn't get it to go in. One of the few mistakes that she's made tonight.
3 fouls now on Banks.
Now you see the pressure up here.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout by Hazard, and had them in a bad way. And,
that was a very smart timeout, to keep momentum where it needs to be.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those when his girls have got in trouble. He's bailed them out with 2 timeouts, one over there when they got across half court earlier, and that one there. And, that's a good thing to have those timeouts in your back pocket to keep from turning the ball over. And what that does, that's going to stop Leslie County from getting any kind of momentum.
I want to say happy birthday to my high school baseball coach at Letcher High School, LMU Hall of Famer, Coach Danny Taylor. Bumper Adams, thank you for tuning in. He's got picture in a picture doing like 3 or 4 games right now probably.
I would say he's got the smorgasbord of TVs around watching. There's so many games going on.
Thank everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. 126 as we go back to play. Cottle comes up against the 2-2-1. Almost knocked away. Combs back to Cottle. Average to Combs. And that's one thing Combs does well. She does not turn the basketball over. Cottle goes in, blocked by Wilson.
And you see what that press, even though they didn't get a turnover out of it, it caused Hazard to just go ahead and continue and take a quick shot.
Yeah.
Good point.
They have got to be able to turn Hazard over, like as we see the flash out there getting a hand on it again.
And I kind of jinxed Maggie by saying she don't commit turnovers, but she did commit a turnover. Goes back to Maggie in the backside. And that's going to be a foul on Couch, and that's going to be her first. And that's going to be 5 team fouls, and that will send Combs to the line for 2 shots.
But I don't disagree with this. Leslie County has got to come up with some way to spread a little more chaos out there than what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, you've said
and Brian's used that word several times, uncomfortable.
Yeah, make them uncomfortable. And they've played even this quarter.
Yes. First one is up, and it is good.
So they have to do something different. They've came out, they played even this quarter, so they have to do something different. And I think the press will be the difference. And even if it's not the difference in this game, you've got it on film. You can see that it'll be different in the next game.
And the ball's knocked around, and Wilson will come out of there with it under 1 minute in the third quarter. Napier goes in, hesitation dribble, kicks it back out to Couch for the long 3. Good.
Well, that's just what they needed going into the quarter.
And it also gets the bench and the crowd into the game. Cuts it to 10 here. Let's see what Hazard elects to do. Combs, can she match it? She did the last time, and she does.
From the corner again. She did it in the first half from the far corner.
Give Combs 7. Big-time 3 for her and the Lady Bulldogs. Wilson with a kicker, and it's going to go over top of Turner, and it's turnover. 18.3 on the clock. Front Apple gives it up to Combs, straight into Eddington, and it's blocked. And Wilson's going to pick up that third foul.
12 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And, you know, you elect to play behind them in the post. And if you elect to play behind them in the post,
you're at a disadvantage already.
And Eddington will miss the first. Eddington hasn't scored here in the third quarter.
And they've done a good job on her in there, actually.
Well, I mean, the difference is, you know, when you've got Wilson in there,
that's right,
it's totally different.
8 seconds, got to get it off here quickly. Couch trying to find it, puts it up. I thought it was going in, and it's going to be out of bounds with 2.4 seconds to go.
So 14-point lead right now for the Dogs and the basketball. Who has possession there on the fourth?
I think it is the Hazard. And the ball's knocked away. Can they get a shot off? They do not, and that will end the third quarter. 50-36 Hazard. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Hometown 24.
For more than a century, we have stood by the people of Hazard and Eastern Kentucky. Now we begin a new chapter with a new name. People's Bank and Trust Company is now PBT Bancorp. Our look may be new, but what matters stays the same. The same local faces, the same personal service, the same commitment to your goals. PBT Bancorp is here to help you grow, plan, and build for the future. PBT Bancorp, preparing for a better tomorrow.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
Welcome back to Hazard, Kentucky Historical Memorial Gymnasium. 50-36 Hazard. Hazard will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter, and Brian and Jim, desperation a little bit.
Well, I mean, you know, I would say no if there's, but, Hazard has just been a steady, nothing has really changed. There have been really no major runs by Leslie. They're staying with them, but, at this point when you're trailing, you can't stay with them. They've got to do something different.
Yeah. Eddington missed the 15-footer, fought for the rebound, and Howard fighting for the Lady Dogs. Trying to look inside once again. Eddington will kick it, and I think they're playing a little spread.
Yeah, a little bit.
Shorten it up a little.
And it's going to be stolen. Napier with the basketball, 2 against 2, gives it up to Couch. Back to Napier. And that's going to be a two-hander check on Davidson.
And you saw how Hazard used the middle person down there on that zone. That's how Leslie needs to operate with this right here.
You just got to get your spacing a little bit wider. And
got a 1-3-1 set now by Leslie County, changing it up just a wee bit. Banks into the lane, steps through. Napier loses the basketball, 3 against 1. Combs goes up, misses it. Davidson with the offensive board. Wilson steals the basketball. No, it's going out of bounds, and it will be Leslie County.
Eddington reluctantly reached down and grabbed it right on the line.
She tried to pull her arm back. And that was a good job on defense that time with Wilson, who played side front on Eddington to not allow her to get the ball on the post.
Instead of directly behind her. Napier with a jumper misses it. Turner gets the offensive boards. Goes to Wilson. She'll turn. And you're going to get a foul on Davidson. And that's going to be 3 on Davidson. 2 quick team fouls on Hazard here. Look for something here. Wilson stepping back inside, and she's going to throw the ball in. Kicks it out to Couch.
Yeah, they're looking for Wilson in the post right here. There's good inside out.
Couch just cannot find a place there. Goes into Wilson, turns back, left-handed, puts it in.
Wow.
16. And that's going to be a steal for Leslie County. Goes up, puts it up, and she is fouled.
And this is exactly what Leslie County needs. They need to get the pressure, get a bucket where they can get in their full court press and cause some chaos.
And the foul was on Combs, and it will send Couch to the line, 2 of 2 tonight. Make that 3 of 3, and Everidge will come in for Howard. It's been a while since the score has been down to 10. Let's see if Couch can do that with 6:05. She does. Give her 13, and here comes the press. Diamond press by Leslie County. Combs, and it's knocked away. Couch with a 15-footer, misses it. Rebound comes down to Everidge. Man, Leslie County needed that one in the worst of ways. 15-footer comes up short. Rebound by Front Apple, and that's going to be a foul call. And that's going to be on Turner, and that's going to be Turner's 4th.
But that caused a quick shot again, playing into the hands of Leslie County. They wanted to speed the game up.
Had an opportunity to cut that 10-point lead down right there.
And it's not been in single digits since early in the second quarter, I don't think, has it?
No. Average quick 3, and it's going to be long.
If I'm Hazard, I would be a little bit more patient in my shot selection.
And you might see a timeout by Coach Howard here. The Average with another 3. Doesn't go. And it's going to be knocked back underneath the go, and Hazard will retain it.
Have got to get them off the glass.
Yeah. And, you talk about that zone defense. It's a little harder to get in there
And Davison misses it. Rebound by Everidge, misses it. Blocked shot by Banks. Another offensive rebound. Gives it to Eddington. She misses it. My. And there's going to be a foul call.
7 offensive rebounds.
Oh, my. And Front Apple's going to pick up her second foul. And quickly there's going to be a full timeout to try to stem the tide here by Coach Howard. And we'll take a timeout with him here on Hometown 24. Welcome back as Coach Howard calls a timeout for Hazard. Manus Blair here with Jim McCauley and Brian Johnson here tonight. And I don't think there's any snow around here because it's been melted off in this game so far. And it's getting hotter by the minute as Coach Howard called the timeout as Leslie County gaining a little momentum. And I heard Coach Farmer imploring her ladies to rebound the basketball after that 7.
Yeah.
It didn't cost them, but you know that can't continue to happen.
They
7
cannot
offensive
continue to
rebounds.
get that many shot opportunities.
Is it a fatigue factor? Leslie's not subbed near as much as, I don't think Couch has been out. I don't think that Napier's been out.
And Banks has not been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could possibly be. In the 1-3-1 set now, they got Wilson down on the block area. Couch goes to the baseline, and it's going to be a turnover.
Leslie just can't get over the hump right now.
Combs with the basketball. Davidson goes in to Front Apple. She's going to put it up off the board. Misses it. There's an offensive rebound. And that foul is going to be on, Banks. That's going to be her 4th. And that will send Eddington back to the line. She is 3 of 6 so far tonight. Got to slide your foot right over whoever you're boxing out here. And Eddington says, don't need to. I'll put it in. 51-40. Couch way downtown. Give her 16. 51-43, and it's been a while.
Yes, it has.
I see how Hazard, and they're in man-to-man now, is Leslie County. Average long 3, and she matches it up.
Every time.
Every time they make a run, Hazard answers.
9 goes into Wilson, gives it up.
Look.
Oh, and Banks is trying to save it, cannot.
Yeah, that was a good look there. I think Banks stopped, and Wilson thought she was going to keep on running.
And nice sportsmanship by Eddington, and Front Apple going over to check on her. I think she might have went up against the railing over there underneath.
Slid into the rail.
She's tougher than a pine knot.
She's tough, though.
She's a competitor.
And that's going to be on Banks, and that's going to end her night. And she is going to foul out with 2 points. Hochstedler will come in for her.
Banks with 2 points, but my goodness, she does so many things that are not always in the book.
Yeah, she plays so hard, and she's involved in everything they do.
And that's going to be a turnover. .342 to go. Wilson goes in, and it's going to be knocked away from her, and it's going to be a timeout call by Leslie County. So talk about saving a possession that time. They did so, and that's going to be a full timeout, and we'll take another timeout on hometown 24.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Hey Appalachia, we should probably admit this. We're kinda obsessed with you. The mountains, the back roads, the small towns, and the people. We've been everywhere together. At Appalachian Wireless, we build a network just for you, with local people who actually answer the phone. Can you imagine that? So this February, why settle for temporary with a big carrier who doesn't really know you? Go with the one who's loyal, local, and totally in love with Appalachia. Appalachian Wireless. So this connection, it's the real deal. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to the Bank of Heinemann game of the week, and it's 54-43 Hazard. Coach Farmer with a timeout to save a possession quickly. Let's see what she has drawn up here. Got a straight line trying to get Wilson, and Combs got over there quickly.
Yeah, that's a good job because that happened last time.
Hochstaler, it's blocked by Eddington. Front Apple behind the defense is Davidson. That smart play by the senior.
Very smart. Pull it back out.
Run a little time.
Run your offense.
Keeping the middle open. Working the basketball side to side, and Wilson having to get out on, and Front Apple comes and gets the basketball.
Yeah, they're going to have to look to trap.
Front Apple goes to Everidge, right hand, misses it, gets her own rebound, and she'll back it back out. And Turner is going to pick up a foul, and that's going to be her 5th. So she's going to end the night with 2 points.
Yeah, another young lady that plays extremely hard.
Yep. And it looks like the 7th grader, Emma Cottle, is going to come off the bench.
Yeah,
big spot for her.
Yeah, foul's really taking a toll on Leslie County now.
And both teams will shoot the double bonus from this point on. Got to see who they're going to foul here because they're going to run a lot of clock. Layups or free throws, looks like.
Yeah, they're going to be real patient right here.
Yeah, you got to foul either, Eddington's probably who I'm going to attack. But, you got to see who's got a foul to give.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're going to call a foul on Ava Napier, her 2nd, and that will send Front Apple, who is 3 of 4 on the free throw line, to the line.
And they just put Cottle into the game, so she's got no foul. She would be who I would be sending out the foul.
And Front Apple makes the first 14 points. Second one up is good as well. At the conclusion tonight, we will have the Alice Lloyd College player of the game. Napier goes in, knocked away. You've got Davidson behind the defense, and Taylor Couch will foul before she goes there, and that's going to be her 2nd. We'll be at Letcher County Central on Monday night with a doubleheader, and that will be the Hazard Bulldogs facing Letcher Central in boys action, and Betsy Lane facing Letcher Central in girls action, starting around about 5:50. Combs misses the first of 2.
Combs really giving them some great minutes tonight.
Second one is off as well. Hochstaler with a rebound, gives it up to Wilson. Got to go quickly. Gives it up to Couch for the long 3. Doesn't go. And it will go out of bounds, and it will be Hazard basketball.
Now they're looking in a man-to-man full court press here.
Edwards will bring it across, get it back to the center of the court.
Yeah, they're going to have to foul quick now.
Yep, can't time. That's
Yeah,
going to be
it's
a
gonna
move
be
and
illegal.
screen. Yep, that was a good call. That's going to be 3 on Maddie Frontapple. And since that's a player control foul,
no free throws.
No free throws. Got to go quickly, does the Lady Eagles. Gives it up. Cottle will shoot the 3 in the deep corner, misses it. Edwards with the rebound.
The 7th grader not shy.
No.
Nope.
She was set and ready to go. You got to have your feet ready to go and shoot the ball when you get it.
And that's going to be a foul on Combs as Cottle does as instructed. And that will send Maggie Combs to the line again. And that's probably a wise choice, knowing that she's 1 of 4 so far.
Yeah, she just missed the last 2, I think, when she was up there.
Yes, she did. And she says minus Blair.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to make this one.
Well, like I said, she's hit some big-time three-point shots tonight. Every time that it felt like Leslie was going to make a run, she was the one that stepped up and hit down the big threes.
And thanks to Bumper Adams, North Carolina has beat Duke, and you've made my day, Bumper Adams. And that's going to be knocked away and fought for, and Combs on your cue comes up with it.
Played very well tonight.
1 minute to go, and and Leslie County electing not to foul.
I don't think they're going to foul anymore. Well,
and Napier's going to foul. And that will be Napier's 3rd, and that will send Frontapple back to the line. 3 of 3 in this 4th quarter for Maddie. Leslie County not able in this second half to break down that double-digit lead.
Yeah, they had it at 9 maybe once.
Yep. And then they made the 3 there. Blocked by Eddington coming off her person. We're under 30 seconds, and Coach Farmer is saying no fouls. So Hazard will improve to 14-9. Leslie County will drop to 16-7. And Hazard will be the number 1 seed going into the 54th, where they will play Buckhorn, I believe. And Leslie County will play Perry County Central. So 60-43 will be the final. Our Alice Lloyd College player of the game will be
Miss Bray Eddington, number 15, who absolutely put on a show tonight on the boards. Scoring.
Double-double tonight for that young lady.
15 points on the night. And as I'm tallying everything up, guys, final thoughts on this battle of 54th District?
Well, I mean, both teams played extremely hard. It's just right now I feel like Hazard's got just a little bit more firepower on the offensive end than anybody else in the region. Until somebody knocks them off, they're the top dog right now.
You're right. And, I think what bothered Leslie a little bit was the size maybe of Hazard. And, again, early on, Leslie controlled the glass when Wilson was in and not in foul trouble. But then once she went out and Hazard could develop and start gaining control of the boards, they really took over control of the ball game.
Yeah, and Leslie, and I understand why they did it. Of course, playing the zone against Hazard, but you have several shooters. Carly Davidson knocked down a couple of threes. Combs knocks down a couple of threes. Frontapple hits a couple of outside shots. And then you're giving up, Eddington. They got their spacing so well that then Eddington had a little period there where it was just score after score after score.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing that Hazard, I think, has more than anybody else. I think that Leslie matches up with them great athletically, but far as on the scoring ability, I think Hazard may have a couple of more scorers than what Leslie has.
I agree with you, Jim. But it was a great ball game, and I'm sure when and if they meet again, it'll be another great ball game. And they've played, 3 times now so far. So I'm sure there will be adjustments on both sides, and we might see something totally different.
Well, and I'm sure that, both of these coaches do a whale of a job with their kids. Their JV game was so fundamentally sound. The varsity game, very fundamentally sound. So and as a coach, you take that as a challenge. You come back and you break down the film, and what do I have to do next? So I'm excited about seeing these teams face off in district play.
Well, and the district will once again be held right here at Memorial Gym, and for the girls and the boys, and that should be another battle if and so it comes. But you can't rule out anything in tournament play.
Oh no!
And with that being said, our next battle will take place at Letcher County Central as the Letcher Central will play in girls Betsy Lane, and then boys they'll play these Hazard Bulldogs up there. So we will be there. Hometown 24 will be there. And once again, want to thank Hazard High School for allowing us to come in here and do this basketball game. Thanks to all the hometown crew. And David Adams, I hope you're proud of us for doing the game in the way that you would want us to do.
I kept him out too late last night.
Kept him out way late last night. But with that being said, everybody stay safe and stay warm, and help your neighbor and help your dogs, and do whatever you need to do to make your neighborhood a better place. And Hometown 24, see us on the road, and good night and God bless.